for Christmas Eve, and at 11 o'clock, Elvis Presley stars in one of his most popular and famous films, G.I. Blues. First, Noel Edmonds presents a very special, seasonal swap of the pops.
Sorry, Christmas Eve on a rooftop, saw a chimney, my whole brain just went, what the hell?
Don't need deck the halls or Jingle Bell Rock, 'cause you can spin a dreidel with Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock, both Jewish.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I hope you're all well. We are in that weird in-betweeny time, between New Year's and Christmas, where we're neither here nor there. It's a bit of a null zone, right? It's a bit of a strange dead time. Well, how can this be? What is it? How can you define it? It's you go to work, sort of, but everything's closed. It's very strange. It's a very strange time of year. Also, it just got cold. It just got cold here in Israel. Like Hanukkah ended and winter arrived. Lots of rain, lots of cold. Is this a sign of good or ill, or is it just a sign that rain then colder here? Rain, of course, is a blessing in Judaism. Did you know that? It's like, really? I mean, like, I don't know. Can't we have like the rainbow be a blessing and the rain be not so great? Rather, the rainbow's a curse, and the water's a blessing. Very strange. It is very strange. We live in a strange world, strange times. Who knows what the New Year's going to bring? I'm trying to work out what I'm doing on New Year's. Right? I don't think I'm doing a live stream New Year's Eve, but I'm going to do one the next day, New Year's Day, like kind of like a hair of the dog, sort of like or like, you know, you're having your hangover with the rabbi, basically that. But then I just had an idea, because what we're doing tonight, I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to do the full year. I was going to go through all my thumbnails of this year and pick out the important ones. I got through to the end of June. 6 months in, I got 80. I'm like, that's a show. Right, I can't do it. So we got to split it into two because there's a lot to talk about. But I think what I might do for my like on New Year's Eve is start it at 10 and have it at 2 hours, or I don't know. See how long it takes. Right, I have to do it within a 5-minute increment or 15-minute increment because I want to time it so when we get to midnight, we have a countdown to it, right? So we started on do they add in? Oh man, I gotta look now when I on my Thursday stream to see if they add in an extra 2 minutes or something for the countdown. I don't know. So see, I don't want you to be wishing Happy New Year too early or too late. You know, although, you know, if you just want to give your loved one a kiss, I'm all up for that. I think it's why need the excuse? That's what I always say. Always give your significant other a smooch whenever you can. That's what I say. That's what a significant other is for, more than anything else. You know, that kind of emotional support. A smooch. You know, would you like some tea? That sort of thing. Would you like some toast? You know, that's basically it. That's what marriage is, right? Right? You know. Yeah, I'm giving good advice there. Anyway. So for me, Hanukkah is over, right? So we're into, like, again, another new reality, right? These realities keep shifting, keep changing. What's it gonna be? Like, I don't know. Maybe just nothing, right? I mean, like, that's why I keep thinking, like I keep going, well, it could just be nothing, right? Because that's what it's been. Well, seemingly nothing. But then when you look at the world, what's happened, and you like you and you look back to January, right? You realize how much has gone down, and you don't realize how heavy it's gone down. But man, like this whole stuff with the Twitter files. Okay, so apparently all social media is a tool of the intelligence services to spy on us constantly and to to create right think and suppress speech. Right? That seems to. Okay. Do all governments do this, or is it just the American? I don't know. But it's really weird. They're involved in every aspect of every social media. They're like, okay, and they fund them as well. This is where your tax dollars is going to. They're not building giant bases on the moon. No, they're just funding Twitter and Facebook, or they were funding Twitter. Then along came Elon Musk. And things got crazy. I don't see how he doesn't get assassinated, quite frankly. I think the intelligence services have worked out that it's easier to cancel someone than to assassinate them. Right? It's much easier. Maybe they'll kill themselves. Even better. Right? I think that's where we are. Right? That's quite disturbing. But yeah, I think that's essentially what we got to. It's easier to. I don't know. We live in a strange time. Anyway. So I'm thinking, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through every copy of SFX and Doctor Who magazine, and we'll start in January, and we'll just go through. So we get a bead on what's going on in culture from those articles, right? And at least that'll give my subscription to SFX some meaning, right? Because it'll be able to, be able to reflect culture, opaque and muted that it is, controlled. Oh man, it's controlled. Anyway, let me get to the Let me put up some mind candy. We'll start over Doink over here. Here we go. Yeah, these are smashing the stories that just stuck out, right? Remember when I was totally going to be the Doctor? Do you remember that? That was huge. That made up reality. That was dominated everything for 3 days, right? It was huge. And he came out and denied it. I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy. But the hilarious thing was, it was the Jodie fans that were losing it. White male! It was old man! It's everything they hated. Because they only see things and that was hilarious. That was a hilarious story. And then Fady, I think you had it in the bag until Shooter came in. That means I want to see what Shooter's going to do. I do. I think Fady had it in the bag. And do you remember when? Yes, David Tennant's coming out. Oh, don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. That's just a crazy rumor, right? Yeah, it's funny looking back. It really is. Yeah, oh man, Star Trek Station Wells. I can't believe it's going to be another Star Trek. Makes me want to shoot myself, right? Who knew it'd be good? It looks like they're going to try and destroy it in the second season, but at least we had 10 mostly good episodes. Look, more T'Pol and Spock, okay? That really worked, right? That really, really worked. And she was super hot. See, that's why I like Star Trek Strange New Worlds. It's not ashamed to be hot, right? What's her name? Nurse Chapel is hot, right? She's insanely hot. T'Pol is hot, right? Number one is hot. They're all hot, okay? The little cunty one. What's her name? Was in Doctor Who. What's her name? I don't want to get it wrong because they're going to say it's a racial slur. It's a Asian name, okay? One second. I'll just look it up. Strange New World. It was a bit ham-fisted. Strange New Worlds, right? Christina Chong. Oh God, thank God I didn't get it wrong. Melissa Navia can definitely go, right? No, we don't need you. We don't need Lieutenant Lesbian, okay? We don't need Lieutenant Lesbian. It's interesting. Ethan Peck looks more like Spock out of makeup than in makeup. That's bizarre. I can see why out of makeup they thought, hey, that's really bizarre. No, not that picture. Got okay. There's a picture here, but I don't know where to get it from. Let's see if I can find it over here. Well, he looks just like Spock. Just here we go. This will do the trick. Okay, so I can finally see where people got the idea. There you go. It's not so far off when he's not made up to be Spock. You go, oh, he could be Spock. Yeah. And then they made him up to be Spock. He looks nothing like him. It's the weirdest thing, right? It's genuinely. How do you do that? How do you take an actor that looks somewhat like Leonard Nimoy, like somewhat like Spock, right? And then through a process of prosthetics and high level makeup, make them look almost, but not exactly, the opposite of Spock, right? By the way, my heart broke a little bit when we saw Son in the background of the Strange New Worlds. I'm like, oh no, right? I'm bummed out that their relationship isn't going to work, but man, I'm really enjoying it. This is one of the success stories of the year. Anyway, doink. So that's what we've got going on. Blood with Witcher, Blood Origin, bloody hell. That's really trying. That's really trying to be as embarrassing as Lord of the Rings, right? It's like I wonder what are these people thinking, right? What do you think when everybody says we hate what you're doing? I don't understand. Like, what are these people thinking? Like, what is their thought process? Go, not everybody who loves this thing hates me, right? But as I hate this thing that they love, and they all do. That's what they're saying about the Witcher writers' room. That everybody in it hated the Witcher, right? And wanted to change it, right? Why have people who like a thing? I understand. We live in strange times. Anyway, and then Lord of the Rings is like, oh, you know what? Because we did such a shitty job last time, we're gonna narrow our hiring bandwidth. We're gonna really narrow it down. So what? To just the best people, the most experienced people in the genre? No. To people with who identify as having vagina, not necessarily that they do, right? They identify as having a vagina. That's how we're going to make Lord of the Rings better. Really, that's your plan, is it? It's not a very good plan, all things considered, right? All things considered. Doctor Who reclaims Christmas. Yes, that is what RTD has been doing. We'll have a gander at some articles. Fine. So I'll show you what's on the channel. We got my trailer reaction. Beep the meep. I mean, that's got to be into a big toy for next year. Means you can see the Wraith Warriors also being a big toy for next year, right? It's interesting. Like, there's a lot of marketing possibilities going on here within this. Doctor Who surprise 6th anniversary teaser trailer reaction. Ooh, how exciting! But he did look wonderful. Meet the Beat, right? I really look like absolutely knocked it out the park. So the word on the street is this though: Meet the Beep is not alone. Meet the Beep we might be getting Frobisher as well. Let me see if I can find that thing. Yeah, that's the one. So here's a little tease from Ross. So if you want to know about this stuff, just follow my shorts. My shorts always talk about this, right? So somebody said Frobisher should join the 15th Doctor and Ruby in the TARDIS. And then Rusty Davis replied, very interestingly, oh, you wait. Hoot, hoot. Merry Christmas, darling. Kiss, kiss, kiss. He's such a wonderful tease. But it sounds like we're getting more comic book elements coming in. Right? Could we be getting Absalom Dark? Who would play Absalom Dark, right? I love Absalom Dark. It's one of my all-time favorite characters. Because you need somebody very fit, right? Basically, very muscly, very fit, who can also act. Be great if they got a huge actor. Like Henry Cavill. Fuck! Henry Cavill as Absalom Dark. Oh, fuck me. Yes! Yes! I shouldn't get an erection, but I do. All right, that's not sexually. It's just I like being right that much. And I do like being right that much. Okay, I'm not making this up. I really genuinely I love being right. Okay, how much has being right helped me in life? I want you to guess that. Given somebody who's almost always right, how much has being right helped me in life? Right? I would say 0. I go, oh, that's going to work out badly. Oh, bam, that worked out badly. Yeah. And they, when I say it's going to work out badly, they go, shut up, you cunt. How dare you say that? And it works out badly. And they go, don't you say a fucking word. That's my life, mate. That is my life. Dr. Never. So this was from the Christmas Eve stream. We went over very interesting ideas by Eddie Robson for classic Doctor Who Christmas adventures. Yeah, no, it was a fun article. Fine. So that got delayed because of the surprise trailer. That's why it's got Hanukkah candles on it, right? If you watch the video, you go, what? Why has it got Hanukkah? That's why I couldn't bother to redo it. Leave me alone, mate. Leave me alone. What else we got? We had this yesterday. This is funny. This is Dave Mullen nailed this in his comment, right? And he always does. He's very, 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 very. I hope this guy's a professional writer, Dave Mullen, because he's very erudite, right? He knows how to write. The intensity with which they squeal, right? They're essentially they're actually saying, please validate me. That's why they're squealing so much louder, because they're so desperate for validation, because this is why it's not good having things not in the open, right? Having everything like, you have to read between the lines, right? If they just say, oh yes, you failed, right? And they didn't pretend. We didn't get all this media bullshit, right? If we all were just honest, right? These people's heads wouldn't be so messed up. They'd be like, but they said he's going to. I mean, that's what's going on in their heads. They're being messed up, man. Because they never heard the word no, right? They've never heard the word you're wrong, right? I mean, I've heard the word you're wrong almost universally, leveled at me incorrectly. But, I let the letter mortals do things. Jody, you were absolutely the bestest and most successful person ever to play the Doctor. Icky thump. Even I think that's bonkers McBonkers. See, I like my thumbnails. I hate to tell you, I like it. I'm very egotistical. I admit it. It's very egotistical. That just made me laugh. I liked it. Tomorrow's video, we have the media reaction to the trailer. With also, I'm dropping the news about Frobisher. Like, if I haven't been clear, Frobisher seems to be coming back, right? We saw that from Russell Davis. So the Doctor Who media meltdown. The media does go into a frenzy. I just got a smattering, right, of media reaction to it. They all basically said the same thing, but I tried to go for the biggest shilly places possible, right? So because they're much funnier. And people were very, very excited. Yeah, we should have a quick look at that trailer. 1 second. Here we go. Doink, video file. Where is it? Let's have a quick look at it again. Doink.
Sometimes I think there's something missing. Like I had something lovely, and it's gone.
Oh, who are they hugging? Is she just hugging the doctor? Oh, so clearly, I mean, we're still talking about it, aren't we? Clearly, they're able to interact with each other. How are we doing?
And it's gone.
I don't know who I am anymore.
The show is just beginning. Worldwide premiere.
I mean, I think Neil Patrick Harris looks really, really good. I liked him in The Matrix, by the way. Everybody hates that movie. I liked it, right? So this is, I can't remember what's his name? Fudge or something? I think the character thing was Fudge. I think his name in the comments. It should have been a gay character. Obviously, that would make fun. But I think he's the Fudge replacement, if his name is Fudge.
Who are they?
And that's Meet the Beat, and that's Yasmin Finney, who's the Sharon replacement.
Who are they?
Monsters.
I don't believe in destiny, but if destiny exists, then it is heading for Donna Noble.
Open fire!
Yeah, these things are very good. These, I mean, also the was it?
Open fire!
If she ever remembers me, she will die.
You need man. He's not there. You can't see him.
Alvy! Someone tell me what the hell is going on here?
Well, if only we could, mate. If only we could. Right. If only we could. So yeah, it's the media has literally had a meltdown. Now the story in this is that the media gave a shit. Right? It's like it was weird. All the positive press for the last 5 years was manufactured. Wasn't real. Was insincere. Because it was, I mean, right up until she appeared, right? After she appeared, give her 3-4 weeks in, nothing was sincere from that point on, right? Because there was nothing good to talk about. And it's just the stark difference where something is organically exciting. That is the story in this, right? Normie media explodes with excitement. Surprise Christmas trailer. And yeah, Russell, just like, it's so clever. I mean, what you're doing is like, I just love watching people being very good at their job, which is what I'm watching. I think with Russell, which look, it might be shit. Look, who was it? Mega Geek is very down. He's like, it's gonna be shit, right? Maybe he's right. I don't know. I just see more reason to be optimistic than to be pessimistic, and that's yeah. Do the reasons to be pessimistic exist? Yes. Do the reasons to be optimistic exist? Yes. So I just, how do you like somebody and dislike somebody else? Most people are equally good and bad, right? No, I mean, you get some people who are real cunts, but basically everybody's like equally has good and bad in them, essentially, right? And it's just that you focus more on the negative character traits of people you don't like, and you ignore their good character traits. And vice versa. If you like somebody, you ignore their negative character traits, right? So I'm just like, I like it, so I'm looking at it positively. It's just, I don't think I'm going to be any more introspectively honest than that, right? I think it's going to be good, and that my prejudice is there's no reason not to think so, right? Fine. Let me get to the chat. We got Gal Karamazov is here. How you doing, Gal? Another Blake 7 death. Oh, heartbreaking. Stephen Griff, Burk Dine Emmett, as we say in Judaism. I am sorry for the loss. Yeah. At least I bought his last 2 box sets. Honestly, Brian. I always prefer the Brian Crouch one. I hate to say it. God, it's very, very uncomfortable at this point to be able to mean. But and they're very different. But that last one he did after the war, whatever. where he was explaining why he sold out humanity to the aliens, was so good, right? He was so good at Brian Croucher. I mean, I like Stephen Grief, right? But they're very different characters. I never understood how he got reconditioned into being what? I mean, right? I mean, that's a bit of a lame explanation. How did that happen? Now you're somebody completely different, just wearing the same clothes. Okay. Why don't we? Are you sure? What? I don't know. Why don't I think you could have come up with some other reason, right? Some other thing. That you had to reconfigure his body armor or something. So there's something. Is reconfigure his DNA to it had to have his DNA resequenced or something, right? That would have worked. Jordan Lee, is Margot Robbie box office poison? What's she done now? Well, what's she been in? Margot Robbie. I mean, essentially, yes, right? Because everything. Oh, I'm gonna see that. Got Margot Robbie in it, and then you see the movie and it's shit. So you're like, I don't want to go see that. Why? What's she in now? I mean, she is gorgeous. I mean, she's absolutely gorgeous. But Babylon. What is Babylon? I never even heard of it. You know, I mean, like with the box. Yeah, let me find. It's something about having a box office flop. Will be redirected in 12 seconds. What? Why am I even here? Okay, it's a Hugh Jackman movie they showed me an ad of. The Sun, Anthony Hopkins, Zing Harrod, Hugh Jackman, Laura Dern, Vanessa Kirby. I don't want to see that movie. I do not. I never heard of this movie. One second. Let's share screen. I've never heard of this movie. Which might explain why it's crashing and burning. Look, man, cinema's dead, baby. Cinema is dead. Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. So Damien Chazelle's 80 million 1920s epic Babylon set up in a blaze at the domestic box office this weekend with an awful 4.85 million 4 days to fuck me. Well, it's cold out, isn't it? No one's going anywhere. 5.3 outlook on Monday. Oh, fuck me. Fuck me. That's bad. Say we well about half with the weather condition impacting moving going across the country. However, this was greenlit by a previous Paramount regime, which greatly supported by the new Brian Robbins administration, was against the odds as soon as it previewed to a cynical press more than a month ago at the Academy Theatre. Lackluster reviews. They said it was shit. Yeah, let's find the trailer. Let's find the trailer. And we'll go to YouTube. I mean, look, it's good for me. I'll watch it when it comes on streaming. I mean, what's it called again? Blaze? Was that in that bloody movie? No, I can't remember. Margot Robbie. I'll start again. Okay, we'll go to news. Babylon. Right, Babylon trailer. Babylon trailer. I'd rather watch Babylon 5, baby. There you go. Fine, let me download it. The trailer reaction, right? YouTube downloader online. Doink. Dun, 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 dun. Indestructible Captain Scarlet. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I went to the wrong thing. I'm over here now. Yeah, doink. Indestruct. Okay, there it goes. Download. We want to download it. We'll download it at 720. That should be adequate. And of course, now I was going to say it's taking me Alibaba. Now, there's some weird Arab news site. I don't want to go to your weird Arab news site. I just want my thing. It's got Margot Robbie, Brad Pitt, Diego Calva. Don't know who he is. Tobey Maguire. Well, listen to that. You could get a decent superhero movie out of that. Fine, download. Doink. And I go onto the Weird Arab website again. I don't want to go to the Weird Arab website. Leave me alone. I just want my bloody download. Now I'm at AliExpress, of course. The one place they always send you is AliExpress. No, it keeps opening up new windows. Oh, no. Let me download it. Mother. Really? No. Copy link. Let's try that. I just put it in as a link. Well, maybe that'll download it. That downloaded it. Oh, man. That was giving me agita. Leave site. Yes, I want to leave your cocksucking site. Leave me alone. So much for getting to the chat, by the way. Video file. Let's watch this bomb. I bet it's going to look pretty at least.
I think what we have here in Hollywood is high art. It's
Party time! Sparkle time! If you could go anywhere in the whole world, where would you go?
I always want to be part of something.
Okay, it looks like I can watch this at home, right? Here's what cinema needs to do now. It needs to recognize everybody's got good big screens and surround sounds in their houses, right? And they'll watch it on their phones and don't give a shit, right? But, you know, you got to understand they got a decent cinematic vision there. This is made for home viewing. This is not made to go out to the cold weather to the cinema. There's nothing there to entice me to. I'd watch this on a streaming service. Yeah, I watched it on HBO Max. It's yeah, totally. Yeah, I would renew my subscription to HBO Max to get this for free. Why not? Maybe I wouldn't. See what else is on. You know, but I'm not going out the bloody cold for this, right? Really? I mean, Margot Robbie's hot, but like, you know, you still got it. Like, to get me to look up at this point, you've got to outdo what's that movie she was in? With not Robert De Niro, young Robert De Niro, not Brad Pitt, the other one. Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio, and it's not American Hustle. It was the other one. Although I did like American Hustle a lot. Wolf of Wall Street. Oh, man, that took me some time to get to, right? But again, that's a movie I'll go to cinema to see because that's got a cinematic vision. This doesn't, right? It really genuinely doesn't. And the trouble is, that's what you need to. There's a lot you need to do to justify getting people out there right now, right? You've got to entertain people, right? And you've decimated your audience with your interminable woke lecturing, which was just to yourself, right? It wasn't anything to do with morality. It was your own narcissism. It was your own woke narcissism, right? Which is why you alienate so much of your bloody audience, right? Which is why your $80 million movie made $4 million in its opening weekend. You're fucked, mate. But you're not, because I don't know. There seems to be you guys have all the money in the world, all of you. It's the weirdest thing. I guess that's something you drain all the money out of 98% of the world or 99% of the world. You feel a bit flush. You feel able to do shit. You don't really need us that much anymore. Man, I think that bubble's about to burst, don't you? I do think that bubble's about to burst big time. But anyway, fine. Let's keep it. We're only just started.
Bigger.
Yes.
Let's go! Something that lasts, that means something.
You know, when I first moved to LA.
I don't know who Damon Chazelle is. Okay, that's not a name, right? That's not a name. Brad Pitt's a name. Damon Chazelle, I don't know who he is, mate. I'm sorry.
Face tattoo on my back.
You know what the signs on all the doors read? No actors or dogs allowed. I changed that.
Good morning.
Good job for you.
I'll do anything.
That's the.
You shouldn't have changed it. Those people, yeah, they should have still been in the same category.
Cocksucker, they sent to screw us.
Bitch is stealing the scene right from under me. She's icing her nipples so they perk up through her dress. I ain't icing my nipples. This is natural. Where do you say we come in for my close-up now?
I mean, that's okay. The sexy bit is actually the most interesting part of the bloody trailer. I like this rivalry, right? That's I like them scratching each other's eyes out. This bit is interesting. I would watch this on a streaming service. I ain't going to bloody cinema. Will you piss off?
Thoughts for the future. Shouldn't stand in the way of progress. This is gonna be what it's gonna be. Here's the twist.
And they should totally focus much more on the club scenes, which seemed really interesting. Where was it? Yeah. See if I can pause it. Where was it? There was this really good image. Okay, girl and girl kissing.
Here's the twist.
Ah, that was it. Yeah, like more of that stuff. This is interesting, like the Berlin nightlife sort of thing. That's it. They can, but what can you do? Probably. Whoa!
The girl seems nice.
She is. She has no idea what's next.
There's a new sensibility now. People care about morals.
I've never done nothing except disappoint people my whole life. But I made it on my terms, not theirs.
I got nothing against Margot Robbie at all. I think she's great as Harley Quinn. I love Suicide Squad, the second one. I thought she was good in the first one. Like Wolf of Wall Street. She's basically good in most things I say. She's very, very hot. She's good at what she does. I'm sorry. It's I got nothing against. She might be a cunt. I have no idea. But but this movie just wouldn't get me to a cinema, right? There is nothing about it that doesn't work on a 50-inch screen, which is not even that big a screen nowadays, right? And most people would watch it on their phone anyway.
We are going to be more than they ever bargained for.
What I do means something.
It's bigger than you.
Yeah, I'll watch this on Netflix. This is a Netflix movie. This is not a cinema movie. I'm sorry. There are no movie stars anymore, right? And yeah, this may look huge. It's still, this is what television is now.
And I'm going to bed.
I've got nothing against this movie whatsoever. I saw nothing at all to induce me to watch it. Like, absolutely nothing at all. By the way, okay, only in theaters. Why? What? Only in theaters, and nobody gives a shit. Yeah, who you kidding? Only in theaters. So don't give me any airs and bloody graces, mate. Only in theaters. Totally. That totally doesn't matter. Here, one second. Let me. I had a bit of a colony experiment recently, and it was freaking awesome. Awesome. But here, let me find the link to it. There we go. This place was incredible, right? Absolutely incredible. There we go. Share screen. Because I talked about this the other day. I said, "Oh, I'm about to have these," and I did, and it was so much better than I expected. Okay, it's so much better. This is a donut. Donuts are a big food that one has during Hanukkah because it's got oil in it. The miracle with oil, right? So donuts, they're normally very, very sweet, right? This is a donut which has been cut in half and filled with asado, kind of like very, very salty pulled, kind of like a pulled beef, like a pulled pork, that sort of thing, stringy. Slow, it's gorgeous, right? Filled with flavor. It is insane. So the bun again is this donut, so it's soft and sweet, and they're only small. This thing was incredible, right? Just absolutely out of this world. It was I've never had anything like it. I am so impressed with this thing. So I just thought we I should do a quick field report because man are they good. Yeah, doing. Let me have a quick show. I'll show you what else they had. Didn't do the liver pattern with blueberry jam. That seemed a bit rich to me. Rich to me. They're out the smoked meat ones, but man, they look good as well. Look at them. Although, yeah, and they had these little sauce things and doodah on top of it. Oh man, that was so good. But the sweet ones are very good as well. The lemon meringue pie, excellent. Caramel popcorn with salt, gorgeous. Lemon meringue pie, very good. Yeah, these people know how to make donuts. Their basic donut is absolutely perfect, right? It really is absolutely perfect. Yeah, I tell you, they are they're found. What they have? I wonder what they have normally. Cuisine. What else do you have? What's on your menu, baby? I would certainly get something from that. Oh. Maybe. I got recipes. Look at this place. Hazel baked potatoes, man. Oh, Hasselback potatoes. Honey Dijon salmon, that looks good. Apple cider chicken. I want apple cider. Oh, short ribs and wine sauce. Now, yeah, here's the problem with being Jewish. You can't have pork ribs, and pork ribs are the best ribs, mate. Okay, they are the king of the ribs. Pork ribs. Nothing else is as good, right? Pigs, freaking awesome. You just revel in being able to eat them because they are so good, right? So good. Fine. Speaking being so good, let me get back to the chat because I'm so good. Jordan Lee, how you doing? Is Margaret Boss over Poison? No, that nobody's going to see that movie, right? There's no reason to go to movie see that movie, right? The Soda Ranger is here. Where's my review? 2020 in one word, dreadful. Yeah, pretty much. I think you could be right there. PD Richards here. There's so many different connotations. Well, yeah, there is. How many different words are there for snow? Yeah, it's that sort of thing. Matt the Silent is here. Yeah, I am. Too right. Doctor Who's a mess now. It's coming back, baby. I believe it's coming back. Jonathan Pox, how you doing? R.I.P. Commander Travis. Yes, very, very sad. I'm sorry, even though I did like Brian Crafters better. Aaron Evans here. I shouldn't say that every time, right? I shouldn't. That's wrong. But I do. Crimson the Balloon, how you doing? Happy Boxing Day, day after Boxing Day. Exactly. It's neither here nor there. It's very, very confusing. We are having a quiet time this Sabbath, right? I just want to have if it's just me and my wife and my daughter and my mother-in-law, I'm going to push for some kind of takeout for Friday night. Like if we get Chinese or sushi or something like that. Something hot, though. And then Sabbath day, I would like to do dairy because you don't mix meat and milk together. Maybe do like bagels and cream cheese and stuff. That sounds really nice in an overly heated house. That sounds really good. What's cold and icky out. I like that plan. I like that plan a lot. Yes, indeed. Something very simple. Relax. Chill, baby. Chill. Is now entering new. I just hadn't done I didn't have time to do a new intro. I'm going to get one done for Thursday. Hopefully. DC is here. How are you doing, DC? Thank you for joining us. Philip Bogart is here. How are you doing, my friend? People's the universe. Oh, there you go. I'm just starting. Peter says, Tzvi Lebetkin, knowing the UK at the moment, Rabbi, a general election. Really? Get out of here. Oh, Labour's got it. I mean, I don't know. Who can fuck it up more, conservative or Labour? I mean, the amount conservatives can fuck up is really astronomical, right? It's breathtaking, right? I might even go, what's his name later? What's his name? The guy in Labour? Keir Starmer, right? I just hate Rishi Sunak so much. Right? I really genuinely can't stand it. I don't know what's wrong with him. I think he's a dodgy cunt, right? He's got that dodgy cunt vibe coming off him. PD, let me know when I get up to that in chat if I am right. Is Rishi Sunak a dodgy cunt, right? Because he seems a lot, right? See, look, Matt, the silent. You just hear me go. I might be up for Labour. Look, as long as he's got all the momentum people out, right? I don't know, but they're all such morons, aren't they? Yeah, I mean, they really are. They're all just such fucking morons. But you know what? Who cares? Let's have different ones, right? I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, not like it's going to make a difference. I think. I mean, aren't you surprised the wheels haven't come off yet? I mean, just everything's so great. I don't know. So they say it's supposed to be soon, but who knows? We had some lovely Sundog halos during our deep freezer. Well, that sounds terrible. I'm glad I'm not there. I'm glad I'm there. Streamers can still see any redacted messages during live stream, so I can still read them and highlight your message regardless of my redactions. Oh, okay. The chance I'm going to get to it is unlikely, though. In all fairness, PD, it's like saying it's okay. The rabbi can catch anything. He's on top. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. And the Luckers were very good as well. That place, Gold is. You're like me with your predictions. You're always a year or two out. Yes. Yeah, bad. Oh, again, you know, it's like, how awful was this? Like, really, things are really crazy, right? Like, it turns out, in the traditional Twilight Zone fashion, it's not we're about to enter into a totalitarian controlled reality. It's that we've been in one for years, right? It's not like it's about to happen, right? We're about to lose all freedom. No. It's that we've been in a control state for years, directly by the intelligence services, because that's the function of social media. The function of social media is to spy on you and control you, right? It's to spy on you, influence your thought, and to silence you if you don't go along with it. Like, that's the function of social media, and it's all directed by. And like, I'm not making anything now. I wouldn't say ended this out because it's sounds too fucking stupid. Like, I wouldn't say that out, but like, that's what the Twitter files say. What do you want out of me? Right? I mean, like, it's so mind blowing. My brain, nobody's brain can really comprehend it. It's kind of like being on the Titanic as it's going down, right? If it wasn't for that fear of death, you'd be like stunned into not moving because, like, what? So, like, yeah, look, again, it's not they're about to fall into a totalitarian state where they control us, you know, body and soul. It's that we've been in it for years. That's how things have got so crazy, right? I mean, like, the people running the FBI want there to be, men and women to be fluid, interchangeable, right? And they don't want that boundary. So I don't know, like really, it's like, oh no, it's not. We've lost freedom. We just found out that all freedom was an illusion. It's basically got eroded away over the last couple of years, from what I can tell. Joe Martin was a guest of Christmas Death in Paradise. Like, good for her, says Paul Tosland. I'm whizzing through the chat now. Mr. Jekyll and Hyde is here, both of them. How you doing, Mr. Jekyll and Hyde? I hope you're having a good day. I'm sorry, Matt the Silent. I'm sorry, people will give me a shit. They should not do that, right? I am not a fan of anybody really giving shit. You know, like if there's a back and forth, fine. But you know, I'm sorry if you were untowardly offended. Mark the Vicar is here. How you doing, Mark the Vicar? They think they care. They think they're right, and everybody else is dumber than them. No, they just don't care anymore. They just don't care anymore. That's the thing. They just like, it doesn't make a difference. Well, we have to go. I said hello to you. Rebecca Golder's here. Will meet the whatever be as bad as the farting aliens. I like the farting aliens, mate. Yeah, yes, they will. Yes, they will. Again. Here, mate. I'm cursed with, like, you know, sense of humor and happiness. You want to come on? Here, 1 second. I'll send you a link. I'm about to. I've gone through my thumbnails for the first 6 months of the year. I've got 80 of them to go through. Yeah, I'll send you a link. You can join. You can join my inimical commentary. Where you going? Doink. Oh, Mr. Cheery. Oh, look, something lovely and happy. No, let's be miserable about it. Yes, it'll be as bad. I like the farting aliens. They're iconic. Everybody liked the farting aliens, apart from you. Aye, bar humbug. Christmas is over, mate. You're supposed to be like, you know, real woken. It's like a happy person. There you go. Fred, no, he's beer. He's here. Yeah. What's wrong with the Slovene? What, really? You don't like the Slovene?
I think a lot of people didn't like them.
Well, they're all wrong. All of you are wrong. En masse.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I like. It's going to be a big time toy, and also Frobisher's coming back as well.
Oh dear. Well, the thing is, I never read the comics. I didn't know who Meet the Beep was, so until recently.
It's exactly like that. Okay, it's exactly like that.
You know,
fine. Here, let me get catch up with the chat, and then we'll start looking at the year in review. I'm intrigued to hear your take on things. Disaster Era, how you doing, sir? Ethan Buckheimer, how are you? Being right in life doesn't help in one life. One's fortunes like exactly. We all agree. Third Doctor is here. May I say, it's an awfully good Doctor to have with you, right? At least you got a bit of joie de vivre.
Yep, I agree.
Yes, he does. Wait. You had so much gurning with the Third Doctor as well in his first season. You know, when he's fighting the Altons. You know, what's it called again? The nesting consciousness. There you go.
Yeah.
Apprehensive optimism. I don't. That's what PD Rich is saying. I don't know what that means.
I have no idea what it means either.
Okay. Fine. One second. I'm nearly caught up with the show. There you are again. You're talking to the Doctor. And where we are. I'm down. I'm 20 minutes behind. Sodding hell. I thought I was doing well. Okay?
20 minutes behind what?
Like I'm on 7:38 right now. Okay, in the chat. Adam Dare is here. I do love your avatar. The Hobbit's Richard Armitage for Absalom Dark. Yes, that could be good. Do you know Absalom Dark?
No.
You don't know Absalom Dark? Dark Killer?
No. Oh, right, okay.
Absalom Dark is awesome.
Do you reckon they brought Meet the Meep in just to kind of be like Baby Yoda kind of thing?
No. I think it's part of the story.
Okay.
I genuinely do. Yeah,
you reckon they're going to be selling toys over it then? Do you reckon it's going to sell?
Oh, I'm sure they are. I am 100%. Why wouldn't they?
It's true. That is true.
Like honestly, like why on earth wouldn't you monetize that? Like people, if it's a good episode that people like, right? And it doesn't mean that we're gonna like, but if people like it, right? people will buy that toy. That means they'll also buy the Wraith Warrior toy. Here, this is Absalom Dalek Killer.
Oh.
It's by Steve Dillon. So he's
it's got soldier pads like a Judge Dredd, isn't he?
Yeah. This is the early 80s Steve Dillon. He's essentially he was a convicted murderer, and so he got a choice of the death sentence or DK. DK is that he gets as many weapons as he likes, and he's transported to the Dalek territories and just kills Daleks until he's killed. Right?
Not bad.
So so he does that. It's like a 4-part story. It's like about less than 20-page story, right? And he teams up with a super sexy princess who doesn't wear much clothes, and they fall in love over a period of a few panels. But in the end, even though he's in victory and destroys all the Daleks, the last Dalek shoots his newfound love, in the back and causing him all this anguish. So ever since then, he kept her in a suspended animation thing.
Hold on. So do you reckon they're going to bring this guy into Doctor Who thing?
Could well be. Oh,
that's interesting. It's an interesting character. I said I never read the comics.
So there you go. Problem being is here. I'll send you a link as well. Look at that. Gang's all there.
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean. Mr. Problem is. So yeah, and it's if they're bringing Frobisher, right? There's a good chance of bringing this bloke, right? So are they? Here's the thing: have they crashed into the comic book reality, right? Or are they saying they've been in this reality since she fell out the TARDIS in her first moment?
I don't know. I do like your theory though about the toy maker and how everything that's gone in the past with Jodie's going to be a dream of some sort.
Well, so it depends. You can they say it's got to be real that it happened in that reality.
Yeah.
Right. So real and mattered. Right. And they could, but the thing is, they could even bring in the things that work. Right, they could bring Sacha Dhawan in. Did you see the last one, the Power of the Doctor?
Unfortunately, yes, I had to.
Oh
for
my
the
God!
Live stream.
But did you? You didn't have any slow breaking into it, did you? You were straight in there.
I had to go straight in there because of the live stream. I didn't think much of it at all. I thought it was.
Yeah, no. Really listen, you got I got broken into it by many episodes, right? Of utter turgid Doctor Who, So speaking of being broken in, somebody who'll keep us in line as we peruse 2022. I would say the chief warder. Problem being is here. How you doing, Bob?
What a wonderful compliment. Thank you so much. Yes.
Mr. Lee, not Bruce Lee, but Mr. Lee.
Hello,
Mr. Lee.
Number 4.5, son.
Yeah. So apparently the rumor is for Frobisher's coming back as well now.
Yes.
So
I've been saying that.
Exciting.
That'd be great. I'd love to see.
I would totally like to see that. Honestly, if you like Rusty Davis' first take on Doctor Who, you're probably going to like this one. Imagine that with a lot more money, okay? That's what you're gonna do, and a couple of chicks with dicks, okay? That's the basic, thing. So I wonder, is that a thing in porn now? Like, does every porn movie have to have a trans character as well?
No, see, that's the thing. You see, I obviously don't agree with that nonsense at all. I think Doctor Who should be sex-free. Do you know what I mean? And yes, we've had the romance with her and Rosie. He's allowed to fall in love once, but just adding all this crap.
Oh, he's not doing it again. Yeah, no,
I hope he doesn't do it again. I hope he doesn't do it.
No, okay. My take on it is that Shooter's Doctor is going to be very unique. Kind of like very, very what's the word? Kind of playful and. Will use his body a lot, right?
Did you like his accent? Because his accent sounds really weird. What the hell is going on? I'm like, what the hell's going on? His accent just sounded really weird. I don't know, cross between Scottish and something else.
That doesn't bother me at all.
All right, it's bothered me a bit. We'll find out. We'll find out.
Again, look, if it's shit. I mean, what do you want to tell me? I think it's going to be good, but then
I don't know. She's just got a weird accent. But anyway, as I said, that's just me again. I hope.
It's you. I find it a bit different as well.
Yeah,
it is. It is.
I'll see if it's annoying or not.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is it going to be annoying? I hope not.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, this is the review of 2022. I've gone through all my thumbnails. I've got 80 thumbnails that I think are important that we need to that'll bring us through the cultural context of the year. Remind us of what happened, what didn't happen. And my first thing was a review of Around the World in 80 Days. Did you see this?
Yes, I saw bits of it, and it was incredibly woke, so I ducked out of it.
I didn't find it woke. See, I know my bar for woke is so much lower than yours.
Yeah, I know. There you go.
The girl seems to be a genuine character, and Passepartout also genuine 3-dimensional characters, which is like, okay, that's fine. No, I've always liked.
I'll stick to the cartoons from the 80s.
Yeah, same here.
They were good. They were good. And follow that up with the D'Artagnan, and then you're in good strong territory.
Then a city.
But of course, you Tuesday bought us Geekdom. Geekdom. I've only got 3 episodes.
Speaking of annoying accents.
What?
I haven't watched any of these. I've not watched any of these. I just, as I said, I ducked out from the season 1. I thought this is just absolute nonsense. Not even Doctor Who, so I ducked out.
It got worse, mate. It got worse.
It's like, how many boxes can you tick in Doctor Who? Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
But it's not even that. It was the deep lack of quality making them layered on top of, and the incompetence layered on top of the wokeness. It was like they didn't know what
shit
to
sprinkles.
Yes. So this one, so weird. Okay, so a great premise. And they didn't notice the weird bit of it because they're just weird. They don't understand human beings. You have this guy called Nick who keeps items from old girlfriends in a storage place. He's the only
like their shoes
there.
And things.
Right, a box of Monopoly and things like that. Like girlfriends or victims. We can't really tell, right? And he only goes there once a year on Christmas. Or New Year's, depending on when they were aired. So this was New Year's to deposit some more victims' stuff in it, right?
Who are we talking about?
This is the episode of Doctor Who, right?
But what's the character? Nick. Who's Nick?
It's the character on the far right there, next to Eve of the Daleks.
Oh, the black guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay, gotcha. Go on.
So anyway, but they can't say there's anything wrong with him because I don't think black. I think wasn't he swarthy? I can't remember. He's a darkish guy. Okay, black guy. Let's say black guy. Fine. So so he's he goes there once a year, but he's really in love with Ailsing B or whatever her bloody name is, because she's
because he is.
I don't know. She can't stand him though. She hates the thing and she wants to get rid of it. So into all of this, the Doctor turns up and they're caught in a time loop that keeps getting shorter. So that bit's actually quite good. But anytime she's in it, she's awful. And this she's trying to. They basically had this big story plan, but they couldn't afford to do it, so they had to do something set in like one location. So this is what came out. And honestly, I don't think it was bad. I mean. The sense
and this is the episode. That, this is the episode where Dan outs Yaz, the Doctor, as
that's correct.
Her.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Weird. There's something wrong with the TARDIS, but they don't really explain that either. That happened in Flux. Look, it is really. This is some of the least incompetent stuff they've done. As bewilderingly incompetent, very well directed though. First time director, I think she did an excellent job, right? And I think the Daleks in this. I forgot about this. At one point, this is the most mind-blowing bit, right? At one point, they have to hide from the Daleks, who are special executioner Daleks with super guns, right? They have to hide from them, so they go into the storage unit and they close the door. She doesn't sonic it or anything like that. It's just a normal metal
corrugated door. You know, one of those pull-down jobbies.
How much time would it have taken her to go? Oh look, we put the force field up. That'll hold for a minute. That would have been easy, right? No, they didn't do that. So the Dalek then fires at the door but can't open it. Go, pew, 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 pew,
and it's got a Gatling gun.
Penetrate. Yeah, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen him. I'm like, what? It's so dumb. It's painfully dumb. And it was the lowest rated episode of Doctor Who up until that time. The worst was yet to come. Yes. It's Thasman time, baby. Yeah, they're just on course for Thasman. It wasn't kindly reviewed. Let's put it that way. It wasn't kindly reviewed.
But hold on, but why have this story about her fancying the Jodie Doctor, and they're not acting upon it? Did they act upon it? Because I never saw any of the show.
No,
I mean,
no.
They didn't.
They did have a double bed in the console room at one point.
Yes,
so I don't know.
Really weird at the beginning of Flux. They had a big double bed in there, like they were scissoring in the TARDIS. It was very weird.
That was just weird.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this era is just one big cluster. You know,
yeah, it is. That's why it can all make sense if this is all taking place in a different realm. You know,
but yeah, but it makes you wonder them sitting with the writers going, right, what story should we think up now then? And people just throwing random things in and they just chuck it in the script and not realizing it's not connecting or anything. That's the way I imagine them writing these episodes.
It looks like a first draft. All these episodes were like first drafts. That's what they look like to me.
I think less than that even. But it makes you wonder there must be competent script editors that went, what the fuck? What?
Because they didn't,
Probably
because they
them.
they had people that was all tick boxing people that didn't have enough experience to deal with scripts and being part of that team. So you sack
the experienced people. You sack the experienced people to make way for the new generation of diversity and inclusion who've been given the job for the first time in their lives for a week.
Wrong.
But
and then he couldn't criticize them, right? So he hired Segun Akolino clearly because he's black, right? For no other reason. If his name was Reg Smith and he was white from Clapham, wouldn't have got the job, right?
Wait a moment. What? So they have a double bed in the TARDIS.
Yes.
And didn't anyone on the script writing table say why?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So it's incompetence of the highest level, isn't it?
Yeah.
This version of
nothing
Doctor
gets explained. The only time the story makes sense is when it's explained by the I say actors in inverted commas, because they can't explain a story without just verbally telling you what's happening. So all this nonsense stuff is happening in the thing, and then there's just an exposition dump, and that's it. It's all resolved. It's just awful.
I mean,
awful.
At the end of Doctor Who Flux, their 6-part series, which was the best thing they'd done up until that point. Absolutely the best thing they'd done. They released a 15-minute explanation that only covered a small amount.
But
I'm not explaining whether the universe was destroyed or not at the end of Flux.
I watched the last episode, and they had that. It was that comedian that was in it, John Bishop, and he's like in there in the beginning, then he leaves. I'm like, well, what's the point of him in there? What the hell? Just bad writing.
He would balance things out, but like
probably can't wait to get out.
I have to say that I just wish that opening made any bloody sense, because it was a very good pastiche of a Matt Smith action adventure thing, right? I just wish it made any bloody sense, and I cared about the characters, which I didn't about any of them. So this era a bit of a failure. Okay, next thing up. I'm going through day by day. Next review surprised me a lot. Have you seen this? Don't Look Up?
I did, yeah. I liked it.
God,
I liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, this is explains the government completely. This
You
is
know
the
what?
Awful.
It really did scare me, because if something like that did happen, this is what they'd be doing. Do you know what I mean? It really does scare
something like
me.
that is happening, and that is what they're doing.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like these we're heading towards like a mass population reduction event. I have no idea what, but like we're heading towards that all steam ahead, because like these are the people in charge, right? Yeah, we are in trouble. But like the whole Don't Look Up, this is brilliant. I think this is absolutely pathetic. It's So
I did like it.
They thought they were being woke, but they actually were too accurate by mistake. So strong recommend.
What's this one? How's our ratings going? No, agree to shag.
Nicky Thump, our ratings are so low. How is I even agreed to shag Yaz?
But that's the thing, you see. What was weird about it is that they suggested that they were going to shag, but the thing is, if they did shag, the ratings probably would have went up. Do you know what I mean? And but they didn't do
it. No one wants to see that, Ian. Nobody. 5 people on Twitter. That's about it.
Yeah. Listen.
No, he bottled it anyway. He bottled it.
Listen, maybe a 1982 Perry and a Millie Gibson. I want that episode. Okay, yes. Absolutely, and I desperately want Millie to find the TARDIS costume room and try on Perry's outfit. Right,
but Perry's alive, isn't she? She didn't die. She's alive,
okay.
So they can bring her back.
Married.
So's that turquoise top. That's still alive as well, right? I think it's just right.
It's somewhere, mate.
It's always on my mind. Is where it is.
Always on my mind.
So we have 3 headline stories here, which are good. Chibnall Whittaker delivered the least popular Dalek story of all time. Actually, the least popular story of all time. Icky Thump. Star Trek Discovery, feelings and crying in space. Have you've never seen any of the later Star Trek Discovery, have you?
No, I stopped watching after the first
season. It's so bad.
So bad. Can't watch stuff like this anymore.
It's actually much worse than
it breaks you. It breaks you.
Oh, it makes you stronger. It's like I don't know. I feel like what's the name? It emboldens my resolve. Agenda 2030, baby, says Mark the Vicar. Yeah, the Agenda 2030 is I think they want to have a economic collapse as well and force everybody into government housing so they can completely control them. We will all live in pods. We will eat bugs and we will own nothing and we will be happy. That is the plan, man. I really think that's the plan. But in the meantime, Michael Townsend takes over the role of the Second Doctor. Did you hear that? That was very good.
I did. It was very good.
Well, to me, the only thing that matters is the TV show. I don't really like Big Finish. I don't like the comics. Just the TV show is Doctor Who for me. You know, when they start bringing in stuff from the comics. No, well, I do kind of, but I don't. I'm obviously it's getting worse, isn't it? Obviously, it's getting worse. So, do you know what I mean? So it's just I don't know.
I think it's about to get a lot better. I really do.
I hope so.
Okay, but listen, if you're missing good old school Doctor Who, may I recommend Dr. Alex, right? Dr. Alex. This was running all the way through January. Both season 12 and season 13, they're both on his YouTube channel. You can get them both as books on tape from Audible. You can get them from Amazon. It's really good. And to tell you, it's really genuinely properly good. I so strongly recommend this.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's a talent. He is a talent.
It is. It's a lot of fun. But what I don't recommend, this is from January 8th, Paper the Butcher. This was a piece of shit. Oh, my God.
It was pretty awkward. listening to that. I have to say,
Yeah.
not for me. I find a lot of problems with the Blake 7 extended universe since the passing really of Paul Darrow. I think his last outing was fantastic, but this no, it's just really not good.
The last. I haven't heard the latest box set, but the two before them were both excellent. But the last one was very, very good. The one with Brian Croucher and his story to Star One about how he wants to betray humanity. That's really good. This was garbage, but that was really, really good. So I'm glad I stuck with it. I mean, they should really be doing. Trouble is, they always focus on Callie and Jenna, but they ignore Villa and Taryn. Right?
I know. Where's Villa?
I wonder why. Why.
Because they don't have vaginas.
Well, that's it. You see, box, women. You know, it's the usual crap, isn't it? That's why I don't listen to any of this stuff. I can't be asked anymore.
R.I.P. Stephen Grief.
Yes, very, very sad. Very sad, I have to say.
I got to admit that I did like Callie and Jenna when I was watching Blake 7.
I never found Callie that spankable. Jenna.
I bet you're a Sulin guy.
Oh yes, definitely.
Oh yes,
definitely.
Yes.
But didn't Callie have something for Avon? There was one episode where it was clear that she fancied him.
Right? Yeah. That's something like I can't remember. They went over that in the audios. Anyway, January 9th. We're only on January 9th so far. I think we're only going to.
Oh my God, going to be here all day.
Doctor Who rating spin zone. How media grapples with a total failure. Object Whittaker. But if you ignore the millions of people we've alienated, these lowest ratings are only slightly disappointing.
The levels of cope was extraordinary.
It actually gets going on in about a week's time. It's like when it just goes from bad to worse. It's really funny, but I tell you, Angry Jody Bear. I keep trying to retire it. It never stops, mate.
Did you go to Build-A-Bear to build that one?
No, I use the one of Photoshop. Meanwhile, when the Jodie people weren't saying Jodie was the bestest ever, they were saying insane fan media demands an LGBTQ plus Doctor Who, which
no.
Well, they've got it, haven't they?
Yes.
Basically, I mean, he's gay. I assume. He hasn't asked to suck my dick, but I get the feeling he's gay.
But the fans demanded it, and now they've got it. LGBTQ.
No, it's not the fans that demanded it. It's the small vocal minority in Twitter who demanded.
No, I'm just reading what it says there. Just reading what it says there.
But as usual, they get what they want at the cost of everything else. You know.
Well, so I think that Shooty got the role. I think Fady Alpha Dad had the role. We'll see him soon and in the thumbnails. And Shooty came in and blew him away. And I think Fady is straight. So I don't think it was a factor, right? But this is when they kept demanding that what's his name from.
I think it was a factor. Actually, I disagree. But there you go.
I don't know. I think being a non-white actor was a factor.
What, Russell T? All gays are much more superior artistically than everyone else. Russell, I mean, really?
That's not. I agree with Lee. I mean, you can't avoid that fact. You know what I mean?
What?
So, look, he got picked because he was gay and he was black. Let's face it. There's no two ways about it. If he blows me away with his performance, we'll find out, right? We will find out, and then I'll say, yeah, maybe he blew them all away. But as it stands now, what the hell is going on? I'm sorry, there's nothing there. Absolutely nothing there.
I honestly, because I think he had the pick. I think this matters very much that to both Disney and Russell Davis that this is very successful.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter to me,
I don't
though.
think they're missing around in any way, shape, or form. I think they're lining it up to be huge. I think he got in the room because he was black. I'm not sure about it, but I don't think being gay was a thing.
Oh,
Like,
you are. What are you like? Where's all the
Why?
flags coming up? Look. I just pointed it out in the chat. All roads lead this way, and you're still ignoring it. You're like a blind
I'm
Doctor
not
Who
ignoring
fan.
it. It's just like I don't.
Seriously, wake up and smell the roses, for God's sakes, or
Yeah,
whatever,
no,
or the quality streets.
I understand it's an agenda, and I don't think you would have hired anybody who was. Well, but I don't think you would have hired anybody like vocally anti the LGBTQ alliance, right? I don't think Lawrence Fox was like in the running specifically because of his political views, right? That much I hear, right? I don't think being straight precluded you from being considered.
You think not?
Right? Sorry?
You think not?
Yeah, I don't. I really, yeah, I don't think.
I think God, how naive are you?
I think there's a propensity, though, for when you cast actors specifically because of their sexuality or whatever, that more and more often we're seeing that they're playing it more as themselves than as the actual character that they're supposed to play. So I think there's this need for the modern audience that they clamor for, to expect their actor to embody not the role, but themselves and their identity and bring that to the character rather than staying true to the character. It's just like,
I think
look at Shooty. I don't see Tom Baker and I don't see John Pertwee and I don't see Tennant. There doesn't seem to be a through line. It seems to me like they've done a sort of a particular cut-off and gone, right, we're not doing that anymore.
I don't know. I think they listen. They keep saying swearing blind is the reason. You'll see when we get up to it that Shooty basically stole the role at the last minute.
Absolute nonsense.
I'll show you who was tipped for it beforehand. Missing story animations cancelled. Yes, Jodie destroyed those as well. Right.
I used to really like her before she became the Doctor. I thought she was. I've seen her and stuff, and I really do like her as an actress.
No,
it's a shame.
I mean, I see Christian. I'm amazed that Christian have got another job, but
a job training other people to be showrunners. What?
Yeah.
How? I mean, like, all you do is pay him lots of money, go on his course, and everything he tells you, you do the exact opposite, and then you'll be a success.
There you go, pretty much. So anyway, so Jodie said, don't worry if they aren't making those popular animations anymore. I still have two more episodes left, Icky thought. Well, Troughton
sounds nothing like her.
You're just a bit of a cunt, aren't you? Fan media attacks unhinged fans. So that's it. At the same time this was happening, the Book of Boba Fett was sucking so hard. It was awful.
The book of Dad Bod Vet.
Yeah, it was like the only good bits was when they put Mandalorian in it. It was absolutely awful. So this next bit from the 50s is hilarious, right? Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker's epic journey to the bottom of the ratings.
A common theme.
Actually, this is the one. There's actually about a month later, it actually the ratings get worse, right? But it's actually this is the worst of the modern era. At the same time, Doctor Who 40 came out, which I quite enjoyed. 40 part 2 was actually stronger than 40 the part 1.
I didn't like the first one.
Oh, the second one was much better.
Much better, yeah.
In fact, just skip the first one. The second one's awesome. Really, really enjoyed the second one. At the same time, on the 16th, we had Peacemaker came out. I think this is one of the high spots of the year.
I haven't
seen
it.
Quite enjoyed it.
I didn't see it. Is it good?
I like it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it.
So I'm very optimistic about James Gunn. But I do think it's one of the high spots of the year. Really funny, got a lot of heart. Even made me quite like, what's his name? The guy who played Peacemaker, even though he's like a super cuck who throw Taiwan under the bus or something like that. What's his name again?
Yeah.
John Cena. It even made me like him. I was quite impressed with that. So that was
But
crazy.
didn't he not kill one of the main characters in the actual movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like, well, and then you make him give him a series and make him into a kind of a hero.
Well, no, the point of the series was he was kind of a pathetic, controlled loser, and it was about him becoming his own person.
Okay.
And
Oh,
but it was much more about him being like a redneck superhero. That was really it. It was like a low-class redneck superhero. Which I found very funny. That already worked. Over on the 17th of January, big rumor broke, which would Danny Dyer is the Doctor.
Oh God.
He would be funny though if he was the Doctor. It'd be hilarious, wouldn't he, if he was the Doctor? It'd be so funny if he was the Doctor.
I could hardly have to believe it myself. Doctor Rose, the new Doctor Who's a local lad. What a bit of lovely jubbly. Sadly not. But then we did get an interesting rumor. David Tennant is the next Doctor.
Well, to be fair, Noel from the TARDIS Zone, he was talking about this about a year or so before all of this. Yeah. So,
but I remember it just bubbled up, right? Who'd have thought this one would turn out to be true, right? That's crazy.
Well, I think
and John Barrowman cancelled that Big Finish on BBC orders. Apparently, the BBC are just they never forgive those they have wronged. So including John Barrowman. Then we have one of the next high spots of the year. The season 22 is awesome. Have you guys seen this?
I don't like him as the Doctor at all. He was all right. It's just just really.
God, you're like my miserable uncle.
No, I'm not. I'm the honest one here. I'm not biased. I say what I say. It's on my mind. You know, I just think
genuinely liked it.
Well, that's you. Good, great for you. Not for me.
Actually, when I say I like it, I also will acknowledge that it was a lot of it was shit.
You see, so you're on the same level as me, aren't you?
No, you take Perry out of the equation and then see how much he likes it.
This box set is brilliant. They got 3 in-depth interviews in it. One with Nicola Bryant, one with Colin Baker, and one with Michael Grade. That's brilliant, right? So the stuff Michael Grade said, this was speaking with Matthew Sweet. The stuff with Michael, the thing he said was, well, firstly, he didn't realize it went on after season 22. He had no idea there was a Seth McCoy years. He had no idea at all. It was like, really? But the thing was, he said they didn't know what to do with it, so they just filled it with violence. And I think he's absolutely right. Right? I think the violence in it really does jar. It stands out. Even the 2 Doctors, you have Patrick Troughton in this deep, kind of.
Yeah, that was a terrible episode. You got to admit.
No, I
it was so rubbish that I almost threw something at the screen. It was so bad.
The 2 Doctors has 2 Doctors Perry, and there's a lot of jiggling. 2 Doctors.
What that's the reason why you liked it. That's definitely the Rabbi.
So I very much enjoyed that. Yeah, I like the 2 Doctors. This is what they should have done, right? Because Eric Saywood didn't know what to do with this, so they should, especially the coat. He had no clue what to do with the coat, right? So they should have made it. He wanted to tell gritty crime dramas, which were kind of in at the time. And so what they should have somehow based him in contemporary London. Like they had this idea with Sylvester McCoy's Doctor. They should have done then, where he ends up he's helped by this underworld group, this underworld boss in the first episode who knows him, and he has this unit base set up for him. and then as the season goes on, you find out how they met in the past. You know, so that's some kind of arcing theme like that. It would have given it some kind of structure. But there's a lot of it that's very good. I mean, firstly, okay, this is the way you watch the Mark of the Rani, and it makes sense that the Master has discovered a Special K, ketamine.
Special K.
Yeah.
For breakfast every morning.
If you watch, no, that's right. If you watch that episode, the Master is constantly off his tits, like constantly off his tits, right? He's for some reason he's hiding out as a scarecrow, and then he's like prancing and thinking nobody can do. I'm gonna sneak up on the Rani. It's like he's off his face on some weird alien shit, and it makes so much sense then.
I honestly think that if the I mean I didn't warm to Colin the very first time I saw him. I did not warm to him. They made the same mistake with Bacaldi. They made Bacaldi unlikable when he first started. Same thing with this guy as well. When he first started, I just didn't like him, and then I tuned out.
Right.
And with Peter, I tuned out, but then I went back to Peter because I thought, let me give him another chance. And obviously, the first 3 episodes were crap. I liked the Mummy on Orient Express. I thought that actually made him the Doctor. But said with this guy, I just didn't like him. There was nothing nice about him at all. He was really rude.
Honestly, he really just didn't get an opportunity.
It's not his fault either. It's not Colin's fault either. It's the writing.
No. But on the upside, he gave us Nicola. So
yeah, but we got her with Peter, didn't we? We got her with Peter Davidson.
Yeah, but we got
for a story
and it's with Colin. So about it.
Yeah,
oh, so this is who I think was originally supposed to be the 15th Doctor, Fadi El Sayed, right? That he was heavily wounded. So what was it about it that first attracted me for the role? Oh, I can't quite put my finger on it.
I bet you can.
If I get the role, you can put that finger in any way you want. Ooh, just imagine.
What nationality is this fella?
Also English, also Middle Eastern.
British.
I don't know, but yeah. So this is a guy, and I believe he's straight, right? I'm not sure, but he was very, very heavily tipped. So what I think happened is that they didn't have an idea what Ncuti was going to do when he walked in the room. I still don't really have a good conception of it either. I'm starting to get an idea now, but I'm not that strong, right? And he says, and he just blew everybody out of the water with his performance, right? It sounded like a genuine story. Granted, he's a writer. He might be lying. I'm not going to argue about that. Yes, he might be, but it sounded like a realistic story to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether I believe it or not. But if it's true, it's true. But
we're going to find out if it's shit or not. We'll
find out.
There's no way you're going to hide it. Also, something you can't hide is Whoopi Goldberg is a dumb cunt.
She wanted to be the Doctor, did she not? At one point?
Yes, she did. Whoopi's wasted.
And she's back again saying the same thing. She's back saying the same thing about
yes,
white and white crime again.
If it ain't all about black people, it ain't racist. Okay, honey child, and then she got suspended for 2 weeks. Who gives a shit? What were
now? Surely it should be sackable by now.
No, they can't sack her because then they'll accuse everybody as racism because she's black, isn't it? So yeah,
there's no accountability. So this is where we up to February 4th. There's a awesome interview with Matt Stevens in Doctor Who magazine, which I painstakingly ripped the piss out of. I'm so proud of Attic 5th, making Jodie Whittaker a Doctor Who. And of course, we have this wonderful line from Tom Baker. The very powerful and the very stupid have the one thing in common. Instead of altering the views to fit the facts, they alter the facts to fit the views.
Class
yes. Good picture of Tom there. So then, 2 days later, a bombshell is uncovered in the new Doctor Who magazine. That they the real ratings were a lot worse than they made out. There's a site called the Live Figure, which are people who watched it as it went out. They were doing the overnight figure. The overnight figure you get to add on people from iPlayer, right? The Live Player was so low. It was like 1.3 million. Like that people actually sat down to watch it live. It was
wasn't it 2 million?
Yeah,
no, I think that was it.
What?
It was 2 million.
Was,
but the thing
I
is,
think it was 2 million.
Yeah. The thing is, the show was rubbish. It was. I mean, Chibnall didn't know what he was doing at all, and to make matters worse, she couldn't capture the Doctor's persona at all, and she refused
and she didn't get any
to.
direction either.
No, she wasn't. And you know what? Right? I know people that worked on the last series, and I was told that she was really fed up. She was questioning every line that she was saying. She was questioning the story and stuff like that. So I got the feeling she knew, that the it wasn't going to be. This is not going to be held as. Yeah, it's not going to be held as something great in the future. But then saying that, when I was at Comic-Con and she was on, it sounded like she was the happiest person in the world. So maybe she is a great actress. Who knows?
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I mean, but she gets paid the same amount of money as Peter Capaldi for doing less work than doing a shittier job. I mean, I'd be pretty happy, wouldn't you?
I wish I could be paid the same amount as Peter Capaldi for doing less work and a shittier job. I could so meet those bars, right? I can meet those deliverables. I could do a shitty job.
Her problem is that she saw it as a silly little kids show. That's all she saw it as.
Yes.
And it showed. It showed.
But now she knows it's worth more than that, because, as I said, when I was at Comic-Con, she was lapping it all up, and there were loads of people that were cheering for her and stuff like that. So
yeah, all her fans were there.
All
of them.
Yeah, maybe.
All 12. Anyway, way back in February 11th, right? We had the first trailer for the Orville. Little did we know,
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. It jumped the shark.
Did it?
The weakest series of.
Okay.
It was awful. Definitely. They did a Orange Man bad episode. They did like every current day piece of bullshit is crammed in those 10 pieces of shit episodes.
Sold out.
But they were they picked up by Hulu, weren't they? Was it Hulu?
Yeah, but I don't think they haven't got a full season yet. Thank God.
Yeah,
please,
Disney, basically.
Yeah, please, Disney, don't give us another one. But when the good Lord taketh, He also giveth. This was very good. The Third Doctor Adventures, the Annihilator. So it's got Tim Treloar playing the Third Doctor. I think he does an excellent job.
Yeah, he's great.
Michael Troughton and Fraser Hines pops up. So this feels like if an older second Doctor and Jamie turn up in a season 7 story. It's very weird, but it does feel that way. So strong recommend over there. Meanwhile, the times are changing. The sands are shifting. Thank God. This is a great thumbnail. I forgot. I didn't notice I had Jonah's face there. Media exists as Russell T Davies becomes their new love, Truffinora. Take a long look, baby. If you got it, flaunt it. Yes, and that's been Russell ever since, mate.
What's next?
Yeah, listen, it's been a fun little time in fandom.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like wading through concrete, isn't it, Rabbi?
Exactly.
Do you get paid for being so miserable?
I'm not miserable. I'm not miserable.
Oh my God!
I'm not miserable. You're too overjoyed. You're too overjoyful. You don't even know what you're joyful about either. You just don't know. You're just hoping that it's going to be good.
Dude, I'm totally joyful. I know who I am as well. Okay, now, I was saying this at the beginning of the stream before you came on. There are the reason why I'm optimistic is I find there are more reasons to be optimistic than there to be pessimistic. Now, does that mean there are no reasons to be pessimistic? I'm like, no, of course not. They exist as well, right? Both the evidence exists on both sides. I felt the evidence for I think the evidence for optimism is stronger than the evidence for pessimism, right? And that's basically the bottom line.
I disagree. Totally disagree with you.
Well,
There's too many red flags. Too many. More so than being optimistic. Definitely,
What
as far as I'm concerned.
the only red flag I could is,
The only red flag. The only red flag. What about
That's the only one
Disney?
I've seen so far.
What about BBC? Disney.
Yeah, okay, fine. That's a red flag. I agree. No. Am I arguing it? No, it's a red flag.
No. Okay, go on.
But what else? You got Yasmin Finney, and you have Disney.
What's that? Sorry. Oh, you got Euro Disney. You got BBC. You got a trans guy. You got a gay doctor. You got what else have you got? You've got
I don't think
Russell
no,
T,
you don't think you got a gay doctor. You don't think you got a gay doctor.
No. I'm just saying the actor. Sorry, I didn't mean.
No, we had a gay Dickens. Who gave a shit?
That's a lot of people gave a shit actually.
Right?
But there
I
you
know
go.
he was gay. I know.
No, it's just
look. Gay.
I'm just like you, Rabbi. I pray that this show is going to be great. Because I want Doctor Who back, man. I really do. More so than you, I reckon.
This is what I think Russell T Davies is actually doing. Okay, I think that there's more of a global strategy. I think he's seeing the insanity of the woke world, right? Even though he's very much aligned with it, right? He knows it's insane. He knows it's turning people off. He knows everybody hates it. He knows the quality in television and writing have all also plummeted. He knows all this. He's too smart not to know it, and he understands the medium too well not to know it. He knows it, even though he agrees with them. He knows the ill effects. I think he wants to make this as an incubator to train new talent on how to tell stories. So I think it's going to have all the woke elements that concern younger writers, right? I think it's going to have that. But I think he's going to teach them how to hammer that into a story. So you'll be seeing the difference between something like a Malcolm Hughes story, like what's the maggot one? Or is it Malcolm who did
Green Death?
Yeah. So you see, like it'll be this between a Green Death and a Fugitive of the Jadoon, right? Or what's that other, whatever that piece of shit C one they did? So that's what I think he wants to do. I think he wants to make this incubator for talent that won't piss people off, that will influence people in a real genuine way, right? And also, I think he's got, even though he has this very woke worldview, I think he's got a very strong moral center, and I think that from looking at his work, right? So I think he sold himself something that would be make Disney go yay. That thing that is that really works at Disney and also works in terms of his own personal worldview, but most importantly, works in terms of an entertainment. For that, because if he can do that, he's made a fortune. But it's also he's changed the world. He's done something that he very much wants to do. I think Disney very much needs to score as well. Right, you can't keep getting kicked in the balls without it hurting, and they keep getting kicked in the balls. I think they're desperate for a win. So I think this is a win-win for everyone. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not convinced, but we'll see. We'll see.
No, it's not. Yeah, not convinced, but
I'm hoping
that is my worldview. Current producer. Now amazed they didn't kill Doctor Who forever. Meanwhile, in 2017, I just can't wait to see how everybody loves your stunning and brave reinvention of Doctor Who. That's a great thing. When you look back and see how excited they were, right? They
who's that guy in the middle?
Was that?
Who's that guy in the middle?
That's the producer, Matt Strevens.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So yeah, man, this is just.
Did he get fired?
Oh, then yes. This was back in 25th of February. Media wakes from their current day and fantasy sees the devastating remains of Star Trek and Doctor Who. Yes.
Yeah. That poor bear getting
But then
burnt.
they forget and go and make more. This week we thought we'll do some stunning and brave women cry in space, crying. God, it was.
And the McDonald's uniforms.
So this is when, oh god, yeah, this is when the this rumor broke, the 28th
Yeah.
of February. Do you remember how huge this was?
No, I was so excited when I heard that he might be the Doctor, because I literally think he would have brought everyone back, Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
Everyone that came back from America to the US to all the lower end countries in the world. But again, of course, they won't do that, because things that make sense, they don't do. So there you go. And now what we got is what we got, isn't it? So there you go.
I think David Tennant's going to do pretty darn good.
Well, here's hoping,
3
right?
episodes.
3 episodes.
I think we can get 4 superb episodes this year, right? That's my hope and my next year, I should say.
Even if he did one season, if Hugh Grant did one season, I'd tune in every freaking week to see Hugh Grant. Seriously, he would have been amazing as the Doctor.
The story wasn't real. The story wasn't true.
I know it wasn't. It's a shame.
There was nothing about this that was correct.
Yeah,
Cast of Splinter Doctors in a series of 5 specials, 20.
I know.
That whole rumor was total bollocks.
I know.
Right? Total bollocks.
It's a shame.
Speaking of total bollocks, Picard came back for a second season. God!
Still not watched the first season, so not interested.
Okay,
at all.
so it was good for one episode. The first episode felt like Star Trek.
Yeah, he's so old. He's so old, and it's ridiculous. He should,
You can tell he's old. His eyes are disappearing into buttonholes.
Yeah, it's
right.
so
And he's like, I'm
stupid.
so sorry all the way through it. It's awful. It's
Yeah.
awful. Also, I know what to call this awful, right? But this was very annoying, right? So this was the remake of the Space 99 episode Earthbound, where they're trying to get back to where somebody wants to get back to Earth. It turns out they wanted to do a Brexit analogy on it. That is so on the nose. You have Commissioner Simmons forces an election to do the impossible and find a way back to Earth. And he cheats and wins the election, and they use up all the resources doing it, and they nearly all get killed. And then they give up the impossible. So
isn't Space 1999 about the moon moving away from the Earth's orbit, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So when the moon moves away from the Earth's orbit, doesn't the Earth sort of kind of almost destroy itself because it hasn't got the gravitational pull of?
Yes,
the,
they did point that out. That
right.
is a fact. Yeah. So other than that, this was quite a good release. But one of the high points of the year happened again. Pam and Tommy. Have you ever seen this?
I haven't seen it. I heard it's really good though, but I haven't seen it.
Brilliant. It is.
It's on Disney, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't have it. I don't have
brilliant.
it.
It's
Screams Disney, doesn't it?
Yeah, it all goes back to bloody Disney, but it's very, very, very good, right? I genuinely like this a lot.
Cool.
Now we're in March, thank God.
God's sake.
They're giving a bit of
It's like her nose has gone straight into her eye there, isn't it? Her nose.
It's like poking her eye out.
Yeah.
Poking her eye out.
Nothing says sexy like that, does it? Doctor Who
Terrible
speaks
fan
of
art.
that dare not speak its name. Jodie Whittaker and Amanda Gill, in-depth interview. Yes, you go deep inside, Jodie Whittaker.
Oh, no.
Next.
Oh God. And this was the only thing about Strange New Worlds that sucked. This is one thing. They recast Kirk as this twink.
Totally miscast.
Didn't really work.
Totally miscast.
Hang on. I just lost my mouse. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So that did not work at all. Speaking of things not working at all, February 18th.
Rabbi, have you seen? There's a YouTube channel. They did a re-edit and redub of the Obi-Wan series. It's called Larry Kenobi. It's really good.
Oh,
well worth.
I've got to check that out.
Really funny.
I've
really
got
funny.
to check that out. But this series was awful. It was awful.
We're from Cool
It
World.
was. It's the Princess Leia, baby Princess Leia Chronicle. Did you watch it?
No. I watched Larry. That was funny enough. That was good enough.
Yeah. That I managed to be good. This was It was cucked awful Obi-Wan Kenobi. Then they quite controversially recast the First Doctor, and I dissed it. And he got in touch with me, and he said, let me fight my corner. And I was very impressed with that. And I actually do quite like what he's doing with it.
I still think I have heard it. I think I said to him, he was actually in the chat at the time, and I was giving my critique, saying he just blasts angry at 1 minute and then cold the next, and it was just really jarring. And I still think Big Finish are missing a trick by not casting Sean Hughes. Sean Hughes, I'm working on a First Doctor audio with Dodo, funnily enough, and the First Doctor is played by this guy called Sean Hughes. Mwah, chef's kiss. Sounds exactly like him.
I will go check him out.
Sorry, Noonan, but Sean Hughes is the man. I think he
okay. I know what to tell you. Meanwhile, Hugh Grant is back being the Doctor again, or Danny Dyer.
Oh, God.
Wait till they hear J.K. Rowling is writing an episode. Yeah, this is where they were melting down. Right? They were melting down because of... No! Right, it was like, too white, too male, too white, too male.
That's what happened.
Yeah. It was
every day.
Watching their meltdown was quite glorious. Also, somewhat glorious, this movie. Did you watch this on Netflix? Adam,
I liked it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, good.
It was a lot of fun.
I really liked it. Yeah.
Uncomplicated fun, but made by charismatic people.
Yeah, it was a throwaway thing, but it was quite fun.
Yeah. I wonder if Rusty Davis would invite J.K. Rowling to write a story now. Says
also, it was the first time Ruffalo got together with I can't remember the girl's name because they were in 13 going on 30, weren't they? That was the last time they worked with each other. So
Garner.
Yeah.
Right. Manded or Manded. The new in-depth interview that takes us deep inside the mind of this stunning array companion.
I don't think there's much depth in the first place, quite honestly, but fair enough.
Well, she's saying, I keep trying to think, but nothing happens.
You know what, right? We'll find out if she's a good actress because she's doing this play, and I think she's gone to America now to do something. So we'll find out whether she's a good actress, or not.
No, she wasn't. She again, Mandip Gill's destiny in life, where she should have been in life, is the makeup girl in Boots the Chemist, right? That's what she's
no, that's so racist. It's terrible.
Hollyoaks.
How's that racist? It was normally a blonde chick when I was a kid. That's not racist. And she suddenly found herself in acting, and she doesn't know what she was doing. Did you hear the story that Bradley Walsh used to walk off and make a cup of tea all the time? Yeah, because she couldn't get the bloody work. She couldn't do the job. Man. Meanwhile, by the 25th, the terror of Hugh Grant had come and gone. Charting the toxic fan and media reaction around the Hugh Grant Doctor Who rumor. Just because everybody was so excited about this rumor and gutted it wasn't Will, it doesn't mean Jodie failed.
Well, you know what? Seriously, I was hoping the rumor would be true, but it wasn't. So there you go. Listen, I've got to go because I've got to go on bloody Dan's channel. I've completely forgot. I've got to go on Dan's channel.
He's got a show on now.
Yeah, he's gonna do we're gonna do a review of the trailer, I think. So I've got to head off, guys. Right, but it's been a pleasure.
Total Pip. We'll keep reviewing the year.
Okay. All right, guys.
Tell Dan I'll say hi.
Yeah, I will. You guys have fun, all right?
Okay. See you later.
All right,
bye. Fine. So next thing we're up to where was it? I lost my mouse again. Where's my mouse gone?
She said.
She cried. Oh, have I not charged it? Oh, there it is. Hang on. Doink. There you go. So then God.
Oh no.
So
bad decision. Ridiculous. I mean, it was really, really starting to go into this whole other thing. Simon, they cancelled the reimagined series in season 2, and it's just as the invasion was about to happen. This just felt like that. to me.
Yeah. I actually feel the same way about Westworld being cancelled. Like, I've done a real deep dive into it again. It's so worth watching. Right?
I tried to see the last season. I just couldn't do it.
Last season I thought was one of the best. I love that.
I couldn't do it. No.
Five. So we're up to was it? Don't very much. April. But this was still persisting. This went on for a couple of months. What do you think about a new Doctor? So was that?
That's crazy. I can't remember it going on that long, but it's amazing how time sort of distorts, doesn't it? As you think about it. But yeah, weird ideas.
Can I put my clothes back on, Russell? No. So did this happen? This sounds like a rumor that Murray Gold returned. Did he? I can't remember. I don't think so.
Well, what was the music in the trailer?
That's what I wanted to know as well. I don't know.
Don't know.
Fine. So then we're in April, coming up to Legend of the Sea Devil, a hastily made mess by inexperienced and incompetent. Yes, that's what it turned out to be. Take my advice. Watch the chase on the other side.
Such a waste of this. I mean, I guess they probably had them left over from, weren't they supposed to be in Awful 55, whatever it was?
No. They made them for this episode, but they just made them. They had to do them quick and cheap. And they look quick and cheap, right? This is what got me my channel banned for 2 weeks. Was actually it was the next thing. Jodie Whittaker's big queer Doctor Who audio venture created 4 kids to validate depressed, confused, and disproportionately suicide adults. Yes, this is what got me banned. This very thing. Come on, children. These are sometimes women. They're totally normal. What's that?
I said, telling the truth often does that, I find.
Yes. Even you got a little ban again on your researched Twitter.
I did. Yeah, for criticizing the SNP. Really?
Yeah,
okay.
You don't want to mess with the big boy, Sonny.
No, you don't mess with the National Socialist Party of Scotland. No, you don't.
They keep pushing for that referendum. Eki Thorpe set sail for 1,000-minute epically low ratings. Boy, did I call that correctly, right?
You did.
Yeah. Oh, man, that was and then didn't fare well on the ratings, unsurprisingly. And we had an even worse after. I love I got Captain Pugwash in there. Worst rated ever. Oh, this is a great thumbnail, if I may say so.
It's fabulous, darling. Fabulous.
Yes. It did lead rise to a lot of good thumbnails. Then we had in May, Chris Chibnall's weird and desperate need to tie his Doctor Who to the rest of the canon after destroying it. This show has always been about the Doctor wanting to have lesbian sex with companions. Just look at Tegan and Ace. Well, we did, actually.
And it wasn't there.
The media begs Lydia West to be the Doctor. Noel Clark strikes back, yes. And it's been continuing to strike back.
Yes.
There we have another success of the year. I quite like this. The Doctor Unbound. These were bonkers and made no sense, and they're a lot of fun, right? But they were.
I tried. I listened to it. It's just it is very strange. It is.
It's very.
I found it quite confusing because it's such a quite visual story, I think, and it just doesn't translate so well.
Yeah,
in audio,
yeah. You do have to pay attention for it.
And I just didn't like the way Tom Baker was dispensed with like that. No,
I thought that was quite good. I thought that was good. This was a real success of the year, right? Star Trek Motion Picture 4K. Oh, this is
my favorite Star Trek film, and I don't care. I'm not going to apologize for it. That's my favorite.
Why don't they do more in this Star Trek universe, which is clearly different from the other ones? And they were doing like much harder contemplative sci-fi. That's what they should do.
It is more cerebral. Okay, it was sort of
Right,
What's
right.
the original Star Trek episode? It was sort of taking inspiration from. It's the one with the
Changeling.
The Changeling, yeah.
Right,
So I think I like
But
that. I like that. Rifle through some
yeah,
of the
but
old
this-
classic
this-
episodes, turn it into a movie.
This was vastly superior. Then we had. Do I need to charge my mouse? Is that that's what's going on? Hang on. Ah, come on. I have to. I think I do. I think I charge. Do I have another mouse I can use? 1 second, because that's gonna be quite important.
I hate that you have to turn it upside down to plug the thing in, and you can't use it.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Such a
I got my.
bad design.
I got this. Let me work on. This was garbage. Oh God, this was agony. Okay. Watch Batman Begins at half speed with the lights turned down, right? And for some reason, Commissioner Gordon was black. I didn't mind Black Perry White. This one was just, and I think Jeffrey Wright's a great actor. I just think he was hired because he was black. But I don't think he was hired just because he's black. Is Shooty Gatwa. Shooty Gatwa is no, really this time. Reliving the best of Jodie Whittaker. It takes you away. Or yeah, that was awful. So then we're all very excited about shoot.
Love that.
Yeah, one second. See if I can get my mouse working again. It says it's connected. That's good. Yeah, that's good. How? Okay, so it says it's charged. Fine, yeah. So that Q, lots of we're very happy. She's gone. The media melts down over Shooting, as we did. Yes, we saw a lot of his chest. Right.
All I can say is thank God the costume doesn't reveal. Although I still think that woman's jumper, that Tangerine jumper, is going to ride up because it's so high cut.
I think it's designed to do that. Now, it's
I know
the pants and the jacket are also women's clothes. But somebody commented that they buttoned the wrong way for that to be the case. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I'd have to look. Usually
I don't know how, but this feels sexist. We ask, is it reboot or regeneration? It's total regeneration, baby. I thought it'd be a reboot. And then we get this news as well. You can expect these sort of awesome announcements all the time when I'm showrunner. Yes, and that's basically what's happened. But where, Doctor? Of course you are, darling. Who are you again? So this was 16th of May. 16th of May, and things were just going huge. And then they shuffled in Yasmin Finney after they told us all the other good news. I think it's okay.
Well, remains to be seen.
I guess we'll find out. By May 22nd, I was amazed. Star Trek Strange New Worlds was actually quite watchable, right?
I enjoyed it.
It was pretty good. Pretty darn good. Good show.
They fixed Spock from his horrible introduction in Dick Savory. So that was something.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't crying. That was good. Or singing.
I like that whole Spock to Pole thing. I hated Baby Princess Leia. I hated Reva. I hated everything about this. This was awful, right? This was one of the low spots of the year. One of the high spots, though, was Apple TV Severance. Love this. This was fantastic. Have you seen this?
I have, and I really, really want to see season 2. I think this is a fantastic
me too.
Series. Very good. Kept you guessing all the way through.
Of course. We're in June now. The old guard was failing. We saw things were looking bad. By Odin's beard, this is aged badly and it hasn't even been released yet. Yes, that wasn't good. Noel Clark survives toxic cancel culture. Still in June. It's been that long. I had no idea.
Well, there you are. Time Distort. Time Distort 10. Yeah.
It's been 6 months. Who knew?
Wow.
Also 6 months since the Orville tanked. Oh God. Sandman trailer reaction. I quite like that apart from Black Death. Have you seen this?
I have. I never want to watch it again.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I'll watch it if it's on. I kind of like the one with the cats. I thought that was good. But generally speaking, yeah.
I don't know. The messaging in that was a bit strong as well. I mean, it's just such a betrayal of his own work. But he's the writer. You made that decision. I just find it really hypocritical when he says that Batman isn't Batman if he's wearing a yellow trench coat and all this kind of stuff. And then he goes and does the same thing to his own work. And it's like all the fans I've been waiting 30 odd years for this.
Yeah, me too. So this is what's going on with Neil Gaiman. He was in an open marriage, right? And no man wants his woman sleeping with another guy, even if he gets to sleep with him. Like nobody wants that to happen. And so you got to totally submit yourself to this bizarre ideology, right? You got to totally, which is what he did. So he drank the Kool-Aid. Right.
Yeah, but because he divorced his wife, and then he got himself they tried to cancel him then.
Right.
And a lot of these radical people that he's trying to kiss up to, they're also raging anti-Semites too. So I just don't know who he's trying to please. Certainly nobody by the looks of it. Mostly.
I don't know. He doesn't know what he's doing. Anyway, so then in June 10th, we started getting location footage, filming, and we first saw about Meet the Beep. Dodie to degenerate into Tennant, sort of, right? Sort of.
She's a degeneration of everything about Doctor Who, really. So that's just a regeneration plus.
Right. So this is one of the reasons that I'm optimistic about it, because the shill media really want you to believe that Rusty Davies' new Doctor Who will be awful. This is totally what the new Doctor Who will be like. I should send this to Mega Geek.
You could be onto a point. They probably want it to fail. So JD was better, and it's like
exactly.
Yeah, maybe.
So this was good. This is when these box sets started turning around, and I'm glad I pre-ordered it, and I'm glad I stuck with it. So yeah, this was good. This was awful. Oh no, I thought we got it. Is the Doctor exclusively LGBTQ plus show? Well, in June, it was Pride Month. It kind of felt like it was, right? It kind of felt like it was. We got the Toy Maker news, World of Wonder. I mean, more Toy Maker and some gratuitous Nicola Bryant. I'll admit it. The reason I took part was to be on one of the Rabbi thumbnails. Oh, we all love that. Well,
your critics love these thumbnails, don't they? They absolutely they can't wait to type off an angry tweet at you over them.
I know.
It's sexualizing people. Well, how do you know what sexualizing people is when you've never been sexualized in your entire life?
Exactly. Listen, this is normative heterosexuality. It's fine. I'm not raping anybody. Okay, that's not happening.
Rabbi read News of the World for a long time.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
I said Rabbi read the News of the World for a long time.
I did indeed. Those pages got stuck together. Grant Morrison outlined his plans for taking over Doctor Who in the 90s, which would have been somewhat interesting. So then the rumor was that Colin Baker, Peter Davison, and Sylvester McCoy to appear in Jodie Swan's song. Those rumors proved correct, and more. This Blu-ray came out, which was wonderful, and finally, by the end of this month, Orville jumped the shark. And it was
such a shame.
Absolutely awful. That was the review of the first 6 months of 2022. So join me on Thursday, and I'll be doing the next 6 months. Right? We've had a lot to get through this year. Do you remember any high spots that we missed out in the first 6 months?
Do you know what? I can't remember what I did 2 days ago, let alone 6 months ago. It's all a blur. I'm just glad that the little power clique has sort of lost their grip on things lately, and that makes me smile.
They really have. Oh, they really have. They're very much freaking out. They're very much freaking out. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm not going to do like live, but I think New Year's. I'm doing something New Year's Day, but I think on New Year's Eve I'm going to set up a show where I'm going to go through all the magazine covers for SFX and Doctor Who magazine for 2022. They'll tell you all the news stories that we're talking about, and I'm going to time it to start so we can do a countdown to. So when we end, it'll be exactly at midnight. But we'll do a countdown to midnight. So you can come and you can celebrate New Year's with a rabbi. I think that's a good plan. Do you have anything coming up you would like to plug?
Well, there's Friday nights on the TARDIS Zone. Me and Noel and Chris, formerly known as Bowls Trek, Cultivated Media. We'll be doing our contact night. And what else? Sundays, I'm quite often found on the Brown channel, which is pretty cool. Weekly sort of review of what's happened in the week. So that's usually quite good. Other than that, you can find my channel, Aldred Audio Visual. It's got all my VFX stuff on there. And obviously you can follow me and my tirades on Twitter at The Problem Being.
Yes, The Problem Being, and your tirades are quite remarkable. If you need any graphics work done, any video production work done, may I humbly recommend Problem Being services and all who sell within them. Fine. With that, I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm a bit peckish. I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner yet. Going to hit the end.